Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Zombie Torture Chamber with Light. That's right, we're back here in Blast Off, and, well, made myself a bit of a zombie spawner here. Like a zombie farm. There's a spawner up the level above. There's actually one over here, too, if I wanted to make a second one. But it's a standard trap. Water pushes them into the middle, and they fall down here onto this wooden spike. Which, in a previous episode, I was a little confused about how they work, because I was expecting it to kill things. Well, it does, and it doesn't. It damages them much like poison, actually. And it gets them down to half a heart. So eventually they'll just stand here, and you just go, pow, 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 pow. I said, pow, 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 pow. One of these days, I'll actually be able to hit them. And you get all sorts of XP, and whatever loots they've got. Now, the bounding box of the spike means you need to be particularly careful about where you hit them. Yeah. Might be a good time to eat our meat fries. Yummy. So, as you can see, we are now into the spice of life time. Nausea. Let's punch a few more. So, I was planning on making a charcoal factory this episode, but with the Spice of Life mod showing up as the important part, yeah, I didn't really have the time. Let's put the hat on, take the hat off. I got a little puddle of lava here for chucking out all the things I don't like. And let's go back up top, because we're not just going to stand here all day. But that's a decent source of XP. It's a good source of zombie flesh, which is, oddly enough, a staple of our food supply. Which is unfortunate, but unavoidable. I really need to make a better way in here, because I hate these spiral staircases. I'll eventually move some elevators. But the other thing I really wanted from the zombie spawner was potatoes. Hello, creepers. Yes, taters. I hadn't gotten any taters yet, so I set up the zombie farm to get myself some taters, and I did. Now, potatoes are an important food source in Blast Off. Very important. They're part of some of the best recipes that you can get. Did I put the hammer over here? I did. So, basically, you just take a potato, you put it on there, and you hit it with a hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. What was I cooking? Oh. Grilled rotten flesh. I should probably grill up a little more of that, too. So, if we look at the uses for this, 1 and some uncooked fries makes uncooked meaty fries. 2 and some chips make grilled flesh and chips. Probably should prefer fish and chips. But, yeah. So, oh, that's already done. Nice. So we got 2 of these. Now we need some chips. Well, for chips, you just take the sliced potato, throw it in the vat. It'll cook for a little while, and then Bob's your uncle. But I don't hear Endo doing any work, so I'm going to grab some more coal and get him going. Now, coal, when you turn it into a coal block, so you've got 1600. As a coal block, it gives you 16,000. Charcoal does not do the same thing. Charcoal blocks are just ordinary. You get the 9 charcoal worth of burn time from the block. So now, we got some chips. And if we come back over here, chips and rotten flesh gets us grilled flesh and chips. Nice. Let's put the other potatoes away because we don't need the other potato products at the moment. Eventually, I know I keep saying this, I will set up good storage. I'll likely store the food over here in various shelving type units. I might move a vat over there such that we can cook things. This blacksmith anvil also repairs things. Now, it doesn't repair the tinker stuff, I don't think. But regular old swords, you just take your hammer, pow, 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 and you infuse your experience into the sword. You don't need to use what the sword is made from to repair it. Let's see if it works on this diamond hammer. It does. And this doesn't have as much damage, so we'll likely be able to see the done animation. Is it done? Nope. Now this takes in less experience at a time because it's not enchanted. I think. That's what it seems like. But the more I keep hitting it, it doesn't seem to be doing much. 34. We hit it 3 times. 37. So if we hit it 24 more times, it'll be back up to full. I don't think we really need to hit it 24 more times, but that's how that works. You'll also notice I've changed my heat values to Fahrenheit. Yes, I'm an American. I don't know the Celsius system. I don't have a good intuition for the Celsius system. I could figure it out, and if I just memorized one number, I'd probably be fine. So if you feel like leaving a comment with what 98.6 degrees is in Celsius, I'll probably just look it up after this anyway. But if you feel like doing it, metric pride, please do. But for me, as an American, 98.6 is ingrained in my mind so hard, I'm never going to forget that. So I can just look at the, let's put this here, because this is that hammer. If I need to make another one, this is the anvil. I got them from the quest book because I said I wasn't going to update, but I did. So we've got this quest here. We hand in some leaf cider, and it just gives those to us. Quick and easy. Make gold ingot, get some stuff. Then I could hand in the grout. There are all sorts of things that could be done, but I don't feel like doing any of these this episode. We've got a build craft area now. I should look into that eventually. I was planning on doing this one this episode, but due to Spice of Life making me need to get my food in order, I didn't have time to gather all the materials. So we're going to do something else instead. We're going to sleep. But what we're actually going to do is enchanting. Because I would really love to have an enchanted diamond hammer. Because if you get fortune or efficiency on this thing, it'll be so nice. So, step 1, enchanting table. Step 2, the things that will make the enchanting table worthwhile. Because we don't have enough sugarcane yet to make all the books for all the bookshelves. But we don't have to. So we make our enchanting table. And then we take some mana diamonds, mana steel, and gold to make some mana pylons. We'll eventually need quite a few of these. 6, I believe, for enchanting our stuff using mana. But for now, this is just to get some things basically enchanted. Because you need an enchanting table to start off the enchanting with mana process. I'll cover that when I start doing that particular thing. But for now, we just want to say, enchant our diamond hammer. Oh, right, we used up levels. I really do want it to be level 30, so I will be right back. And we're back, and I'm feeling a little thirsty. So let's go through the new water situation. So you put the snow on, you hit it with a hammer. Left click it with a hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 times. Now you take those snow clumps, throw them in some bottles, and you get bottles of snow. And then you chuck those into some lava. Let's fill that up a little more and come grab a little extra lava. The chickens, I got them from that other quest. I just tossed the eggs in here, and now we've got more eggs than we know what to do with. I kind of want some more chickens, so let's make some more chickens. So, 1 extra chicken. Everything's playing just fine. Am I getting that weird? Yeah, it does a weird shuddering movement thing if I move in a weird way. So now we've got slightly clean water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really? Boop. And then you craft the water with the leaves to get fresh water. Now in my inventory, you can split it into the camel pack and you can fill it up and craft it back onto your armor, which is incredibly helpful. I love that addition. It's really good. But now we want to enchant things. Put this in here, get our level 30 enchant. Efficiency. I would rather have fortune, but efficiency is good enough. So now that we've got that enchanted, I've got another utility thing that I could really use. So what we're going to do is take this iron and chuck it all in there. And I believe these are what I need for a rune. It jitters. I don't like it. Okay, so we need the rune of air. So string, feather, carpet, and 3 mana steel. So let's... That. Really? I'm overshooting it. Now I'm pretty sure I'm not going to miss. And a string. My stick! I don't have my stick with me. It's over in my toolbox, which I don't know why it's over here. So this will make the rune of air, which we need to be making anyway. Let's see if we've got enough in the pool and the spreader to just make this happen. Sounds like it's going pretty well. We're going to need this living rock. How we doing? We're getting there. Now this rune clearly takes more mana than the mana rune did, because the mana rune would have been well over and done with by now. Okay, that's good to go. We'll toss this on there. Hit it with a stick. We get several runes of air. So, rune of earth, rune of air. Now, what else did we need for the thing I want? Air, earth, another mana steel, and some leather. So we're going to need to make another iron, which is not a problem. I've got the stuff. Boop. And pow. And go. Okay. And then we can grab some leather from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I made myself an extra little crafting thing. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Air and earth. To get the Sojourner's sash. So we can go into our belt slot and pow! We're in a tiny little belt. Now, it makes you move a little faster, which increases the glitch, but it also lets you just walk up one high walls, which is fantastic if you ask me. Particularly with a lot of the way things are designed around here, being able to just walk up that is a lifesaver. Well, maybe not a lifesaver, but certainly a time saver. Now, this glitch is really annoying, so I'm going to quit out and come back, and I'll be right back. And we're back. The movement situation seems much improved. Oh, and I didn't even bother to point out all the dirt. Well, grass. Look at all this. Let's grab... Do we have our watering can on us? No. Grab our watering can, help it spread a bit. Now, the wider you make the paths, the faster it'll spread. So generally, a one-wide path doesn't spread very well. If you make it wider, it'll spread much faster. Now, for next episode, I plan on making a charcoal factory using Steve's carts and probably just vanilla item routing. I don't necessarily want to bother with the Buildcraft logistical pipes just yet. Partially because I don't know all of the details of how they work, but also just resources-wise, I think I'll be better suited to making hoppers and comparators than I will pipes that can sort things. And I have a feeling there's going to be a logistics quest eventually. Okay, so this part just does not want to be watered. So it goes. So the Sojourner sash is a must-get item. I mean, it makes your life so much easier. I'm not even running. I'm just walking. This is how fast and smoothly I can move just walking. That's insanely convenient. Now, it still doesn't make those spiral staircases any better. But it's something. So let's see what else we wanted to do with Botania. Oh, right. I very much want a jaded amaranthus. Everyone likes flowers, right? The jaded amaranthus is made just for that purpose. Feeding it with mana from mana pools will have it quickly grow new mystical flowers around it, in any spots it can. So we need a rune of spring, redstone root, 3 purple, a lime, and a green. Now let's check on the rune of spring. So rune of fire and rune of water. I don't think we've made either of these just yet. Okay, so this one should not be a problem. I don't know if I've got nether bricks per se, but I've got nether rack. So rune of fire, super easy. Rune of water, we've got enough string to make that. Definitely have saplings. This just takes grass, so the real deal breaker is whether or not we've got 3 purple petals. So let's go find out. Green, brown, gray, lime, magenta, pink. We do not have purple flowers. Oh, 0 purple flowers, and we need 2 purple flowers. Let's just double check that there aren't up here. No, we have no purple flowers. None! Ugh. So, no jaded amaranthus for us just yet. We could start working on the runes, but I'm not sure they're necessarily worth it. I'm not sure I really necessarily want any of the other functional flowers at this point. Let's check the generating flora. So I'm in 1.2.3, because in 1.2.4, whenever I go into my inventory, my frames get cut in half. And I don't have a whole lot of frames to begin with. I'm actually doing pretty well right now, getting up to 30. But in 1.2.4, whenever I go into a chest and stay there for a little bit, and then come out of it again, for 7 seconds, I go down to single-digit frames. It's kind of ridiculous. So I'm at 1.2.3 at this point. I will look at what changes were made in 1.2.4 and see if I can figure out which particular update is causing the trouble, and maybe like fiddle around with that on my own and maybe do a partial update so I can see what's going on and maybe let someone know about it, because that's... Oh, I looked at him. I didn't mean to. I also reclaimed quite a bit of land out here, because this is where I was going to do my charcoal farming. Because I'll need a bit of space, lots of trees, lots of track. I thought those guys were going to get in here, but no, that's where my chasm is. Well, this episode didn't exactly go as planned, but efficiency on this hammer will be fairly helpful when gathering resources from the meteors. In a little while, I'll be able to set up actual enchanting with mana, but that's at least 2 or 3 episodes away. Because I still need the Jaded Amaranthus, I still need all sorts of things to make that work. So for now, I will settle for my fancy magic hammer and just regular old enchantment. And I will likely set up a skelly farm like my zombie farm, so I can get bone meal, so I can get flowers, so I can get the floral fertilizer to get a purple flower, two purple flowers for my Jaded Amaranthus. So I will get to doing that, and I will see you in the next episode of Blast Off with Light.